No, go for it.
Well, I talked to Jefferson on Friday, and I called in, and I told him that these men who rape our fellow citizens, they forget that women are also born free in this country. We are equal citizens. And when you rape a woman, it is a physical assault. It's a mental and emotional assault. And every woman who has been raped and found herself pregnant should do like Jean and sue her rapist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Eugene I can't remember
Carroll.
her last name. Yeah, I'm just so mad. But these men who think they have a right to our bodies, they do not. They do not have a right to our bodies. They do not have a right to control our bodies. And most of them don't even know how a woman gets pregnant or what a pregnancy does to a woman. And when I go around talking to people, I keep telling them that if they remove the Department of Education, they remove the right to be a citizen, they remove the right to vote, the right to, if they rescind the Equal Credit Opportunity Act that was passed in 1972, we go back to being nothing. And I'm still out there walking and talking and doing a lot of this in stores. Yeah. And I usually wind up with a crowd. Mm-hmm. And I'm getting more and more people who say they're voting for Biden.
Good idea.
Because they do not, they don't want to go back, and they don't want their daughters, their granddaughters, their nieces to wind up as serfs and slaves. And most people don't even understand that this is going on. And like Cece was talking about news, if you contribute to the show, you get stuff, you know. I get Christmas cards, thank you cards and stuff, and I take it out and I share it. I pass it on. I tell people, this is where you get your news. This is where you get your information. This is where you get your education. And if we can keep teaching people, then maybe we can make a change. But these men who rape women are not really men. They're just animals. They don't qualify for citizenship, in my view. They don't qualify for any rights. For rape, they should lose their right to vote.
Yes.
They should lose their right to own property. And, the things they're trying to do to us, it should be done to men. Make them lose everything they've got, and then see how they like being a second-class citizen.
Yeah, I get it. Because and just this amazingly shocking statistic, these two statistics juxtaposed, that in Texas there were, in the last, 18 or 19 months since the Dobbs decision, however long it's been, there have been 26,000 pregnancies as a result of rape in a state that has no abortion exception for rape, number one. And number two,
I heard you read it.
that women who have babies before the age of 20 are twice as likely to die by the age of 31 of, a whole number of causes that seem to be associated with the physical changes in the body that occur as a consequence of pregnancy when you're really not mature enough to be giving birth. It's just...
Well, the body cannot grow two bodies at the same time. When a young girl becomes pregnant, Mother Nature takes over and stops growing her body. Yeah. All of her growth plates on her body seal right then. And her birth canal may never, ever be large enough to pass a baby. Yeah. And if you don't have insurance and you don't have a way to pay for a cesarean, or are they going to just let you die? Particularly with herpes, you cannot have a baby go through the birth canal because they can get pulmonary herpes and die.
Yeah. Well, this is one of the reasons why infant mortality was so high, back 200 years ago, when the legal age of consent in the United States, in fact, right up until the 1890s, I believe, maybe the 1920s, the legal age of consent in most states was 12 years old. And an awful lot of maternal mortality was that, the young women, 12, 13, 14 years old, were getting pregnant and couldn't deliver vaginally. I mean, or the process would just rip them apart and they would hemorrhage to death. They would die. And
yes.
Spot on, Norma.
So everybody out there, you better get busy. You better start teaching everybody that's listening. You better get out there and start teaching. How can you pay for a cesarean? $50,000 to $100,000, depending on where you live.
Yep. Do like Norma does. Norma, you are a role model to us all. Thank you so much. It's great to hear from you. Keep up the great work. Thank you. We'll be right back.